Okay, Steve, let's start with Epicenter, post position 6. Were you pleased?
Absolutely. I thought 6 of 8, obviously Life is Good and Flightline, extremely fast horses early in the race, both of them to your inside. We're just very much hoping for him to jump well, keeping them within his sights, and him run faster than any horse ever run. That's probably all it's going to take.
Is there a scenario where you would just love those two to go at each other, hammer and tongs?
I think what we're focused on is from point A to point B. Gates to the wire. Epicenter's a horse that's run a little over 2 minutes at 1.25 miles at Saratoga. 3-year-old, developing, getting stronger. I think it'll take a sub 2 minute, obviously 1.25 miles to have success in this race, and we feel that he's capable of that.
And so there's a fair bit of improvement in.
I think it's there to be had with him. He's a tremendous physical that's always been very fast.
Let's talk Distaff and Clariere and Society. Clariere 4, Society 8.
Yep.
Can you split those two for us?
Well, they're a complement to each other. As far as Society being extremely fast for a 2-turn horse. 46 and change, half mile in the 2-turn cotillion at 1.16 miles. Add another 1/16 of a mile on it. I would expect weather looks to be good. We're having a fast track. She will lay down some extremely fast splits and be very hard to catch. I love how she responded Florent in just like her dad in cotillion, and hopefully we can catch a little bit more of that magic.
Nice one. And
with Clariere in the race, I think that Society ensures a very good pace.
Yep.
She was last year, Clariere as a 3-year-old was 3/4 of a length short in the Distaff, and this is an opportunity for her to make up that distance.
All right, and Jackie's Warrior in the sprint.
Yeah, I think the best way to put Jackie's he's way too good of a horse to have not won the Breeders' Cup.
Yes.
But last year he started off in Derby preps. And this year he started off aiming at the Breeders' Cup Sprint, and hopefully that makes the difference. But he is a brilliant horse that is doing extremely well, that it would be extremely fitting if he won this year's Breeders' Cup Sprint.
And of course it's going to be his last race, so what would it mean to win a Breeders' Cup Sprint?
It would be extremely emotional because of all that he's done for the barn and what he means to the barn. Him being the only horse to have ever won a Grade 1 3 years in a row at Saratoga is just, to think of how that separates him from the greatest horses of all time is extremely proud of that, and nothing would be better than for him to hold up that trophy on his walk out.
And I think a lot of racing fans right around the world would feel the same too, Steve.
If you've ever witnessed him or been around him or been fortunate enough to, as we are, just nothing but admiration for him.
And overall, you've got others on your team. How do you feel about your team heading into the Breeders? And feel free to touch on a few of the others that we haven't spoken about.
With the 2-year-olds, Private Creed 4 for 5 in the turf sprint, 3 of 12 in that race. Hopefully he'll sort that out. I think that in the turf sprints, the trip you get can aid you or eliminate you. So obviously very concerned with that. But he's a big horse that's very confident, obviously, with winning his last 2 races, including a win over the Keeneland turf horse. And then Grand Love is a very talented, lightly raced gun runner filly that drew 9 of 14, that very sharp, and hopefully she'll do as her daddy does and just completely run them off their feet.
It's a big team, Steve. If I was to set the under-over of Asmussen victories at 1.5, are you on the overs or the unders?
We need to be strong on the overs on that, because when you're blessed with this opportunity and imagine your head, you always imagine it working out for you. So that's why we're here. I'm sure the other teams feel the same way, but the confidence level walking over couldn't be any higher.
Fantastic. Good luck on the weekend.
Appreciate it.
Cheers,
Thank
Steve.
you very much.